You know that 1 out of 15 get a job after spending $40,000 on college tuition. So what? Okay, so you can call that an investment, right? You can call it an investment. Okay, so let's say you're an investor, you got money, you're going to invest in an idea. If I was going to tell you that you had 1 out of 15 odds of making it happen, you probably wouldn't invest with you. $40,000, all the $40,000 that you don't have, or your parents don't have, with a high interest rate that continues to go up. And I told you that you had a 1 in 15 chance, but you still go to college. There's nothing wrong with education, there's nothing wrong with college, if you get in the right schools. But can you afford the right schools? And the other schools are good too, but the problem is it's not their fault. It's not the school's fault. It's the fact that we're moving into a 21st century economy and everything is changing. Like, we can't just go ahead and, like, in 2008, we couldn't continue to loan houses to other people who buy houses who charge more interest rate. Pretty soon that's going to catch up and it's create the financial collapse. So the only way to do it is through products that didn't really, get a big hit in the bad economy. Coca-Cola stock, you go back to 2008, it didn't really affect them in 2008 because everybody could afford it, $100.50 Coke. And they are plus addicted to it. They drink it every day. But what's the problem with being addicted to something with so much sugar? It's not healthy. So if we're going to create something that was stable, but also was healthy, every single ingredient inside Neon has a health benefit. We don't make any health claims because we're not doctors, but it's amazing what the body can do if it's given the proper nutrition, right? Every single ingredient has a health benefit. There's over 50 benefits in the can, and it's crazy. So that market that's stable is something we can rely on. Products that people buy no matter what they are stable. Products that people buy when they're at good times is not stable. Unless we use these products as a foundation to get into our homes. We use these products to make sure that we can always fall back on them. How can you fall back on a college degree when you get a 1 in 15 chance to do so? How can you fall back on a corporate job? And JOB is an acronym for what don't.
Just over broke.
That's right. How is it financial security when someone can fire you anytime? You can say you're fired, like Donald Trump says. You're fired. How's that financial security? So you go to school for 4 to 7 years, you get into debt, high interest rates, and then you can't, 1 out of 15 get a job, and the other have to move back home with their parents. Then they get in arguments, and they ask for money to live the lifestyle that they were born on this earth to live. And then they fight about money, right? When we're in the most prosperous country in the world. How does that make any sense? I'm not blaming anybody. We don't blame anybody here. We make it happen. We created a system, we created a software, we created a social network, we created a product and products to come that are going to be financially recession-proof, and they cannot be bought in stores. They can only be bought through you. All of these products are bought through us, and all the money flows through our generation, and we earn it. We don't blame someone else for it because these people, their ancestors earned it or they earned it. They didn't just say, oh, poof, give me $1 billion. No, you have to create value. You have to create Hilton. You have to create the Marriott brand. Like that's why Conrad Hilton's family, their ancestors got all that billions of dollars. That's why, what's another one? Hershey's, that was a guy's last name. Heinz, ketchup. That was this guy's last name. They did the work. They weren't complaining. They said, I'm going to go fill a void. What's the biggest void in this country right now? Our generation is the biggest generation in this country. 20 to 35-year-olds. That's my history. That's my background. I wrote a book about our generation. Right? So, the biggest void is created by the biggest generation. Because the more people demanding something, the more it's needed. Right? It makes sense. So the biggest generation in the world is having the biggest financial problems ever since the Great Depression. And no one can figure out how to fix it. Right? And that's because our generation doesn't really trust the job market anymore because we grew up watching our parents struggle. They say, oh yeah, they got a degree. They tell us about getting a degree, getting good grades, you can work for a big investment company, and 40 years later when you're older and can't really enjoy traveling, you can go on vacation. But by the way, you can be fired at any time. Let's just say that the economy goes head up, the top executives get a golden parachute and you have to go minimum wage job. I just don't get how people think it's financial security to work that job. It's not a contract. That's a, hey, you can work for me. Well, I have a contract. But if you join Altairia, this company, everybody in here has a contract. We can't, you're an independent contractor. We cannot fire you. You own your own franchise. You build your own customer base. You help us expand this company around the country and the world, and you reap the benefits for life. You just can't harm the company's name. You can't spam anybody. You can't do anything illegal or harm the company. We give you 3 warnings if you do, and then you're out. But then, in corporate America, you could say, oh, I just feel like firing. That's not the land of the free. That's not the home of the brave. And that still is not how men and women are created. How are men and women created equal when there's someone that's sitting on top of an organization kicking their feet up and saying, you're fired at any time? How's that equal? How is that equal? In this business, whoever produces the most results gets the most money. Period. If you sign up underneath someone else, you can surpass them both in money, in income, and in rank. Think about that. How is that unfair? That's the fairest system in the world. But a lot of companies that are in our profession are not. They're good companies, but they're just not that cool. So we have to create products that are cool. Because our generation, we're not going to want anything unless it's cool. And that's why we're going to bring back officially the Fast and Furious days, right? The Fast and Furious days is when, Fast and Furious was becoming popular. We were all I was in high school. That's when, the economy was really great. Our parents had a bunch of money, so the kids got the nice car and they could buy all this stuff, aftermarket parts, and it was all these kids, having those neon lights underneath their cars. It was awesome. That's why they showed all those meetings where they're all getting back to their cars and it was fast. People could afford those type of things because they had the extra money to throw away or put it in a nice car. But now I see that in Asia. I go to Asia all the time and I see all these young guys making all the money because it's growing so fast, the economy, and so much people are making so much money, so much money is coming into the market that people are handing out. Jobs are so easy to get. The parents are making a ton of money, so the kids, of course, get better opportunities, and they can get the nice cars and beat out like the Fast and Furious. But we've already started to do that here. Because the biggest economy in the world can produce this. But we have to grab some of that market share of these product types. And our generation has to be loyal from buying from each other. We have to buy these products from us and us only, and therefore the money can be both of us and us only. Of course, UPS. Well, without UPS, we can get it to the products to people. So it's UPS and you to make the money off this product and all the other products. Not the store, the manufacturer, the distributor, the big box, distributor that owns the whole market. It's a lot of people. So tell me why the biggest generation in this country, in this world, most important, let's say this country, why is the biggest generation in this country, the biggest economy in the world, struggling? Why? Because the money's flowing the way it's always been flowing. And for us to change that, we got to use technology. And we're not going to ever change the fact that their ancestors created these great companies. They are entitled to all that money. But we have to go out there and change and create something new. So instead of being a $17 trillion economy, we could make it a $20 trillion economy. And that extra $3 trillion we could split between 92 million people. But of course, people are going to make more of that than the people that actually earn it and build it the most. You realize by 2017, Reuters, the biggest financial research organization in the world, said Generation Y will surpass the baby boomer spending power in the United States. 3 years from now, our generation will control it. So it's amazing though when you give someone that's never been in a leadership role at a corporation a job that doesn't know what he's doing. He's good at being in a college, is great. But a formal education will make you a living, and a self-education will make you a fortune. All right, Don, we were just talking about that. Tom, I know that's why you moved here from Dallas. All right. Yeah, I know that's how you got your Jaguar outside. I know that's how you got your Camaro. You're trying to teach yourself how to get it going, right? Now we got to figure out a way for us, company, to give you the money to get that bill up here. And an upgrade, whatever you want, whether it's a car, aftermarket parts, whatever you want, right? What I'm saying is we should, the reason this country was founded is because we were tired of people trying to hold us down, suppress us. And it's not happening. We're in the freest country in the world. We can go out there and create whatever we want. The problem is, there's been no system created to do it. Except for getting the college degree and working for a company. But the problem is the job market's not that good. Banks aren't giving out much money for houses anymore. Our generation needs a place to live. So, it's pretty simple. All you do is you get a website, you join us in social network, you buy a case for yourself, you hand out samples, they go to your website, they join, you build a huge social network, and whatever percentage of our company you build, you will make a residual profit for the rest of your life, as long as it's maintained. So let me just share with you real quick the numbers on so the energy drink market is currently at $27 billion, right? It's been going over $1 billion a month, and that's just our first product. So it's going to grow to 52 billion, 72 now, so we go to 52 billion in the next 3 years. So 27 billion to 52 billion in the next 3 years. So we just got 1% of 52 billion. What is that?
520 million.
$520 million company. How much do we pay out in percentages then a month? Maximum maturity? How much percent do we pay out? In maximum? 58%. So 58%. So let's just be conservative. Let's just say it's 50. Just say some people don't qualify or something, and we only pay out 50, for example. Okay, so what's 50% of 520 million?
210.
$260 million in commissions per year. $260 million a year. Just by getting 1% of energy drink market. Now, if this is 1%, oh no, that's 50%, 1%, sorry. Being way too conservative there. 1% is 20, 260 is 58% of the commissions. Okay, so what if you just got 1%? You just helped us expand this company 1%. You just helped expand 1% with your friends and your social network and your database to 1%. How much is that? What's 1% of 260 million?
2.6 million.
$2.6 million a year. Now, I think that's better than, I think people have to work sometimes 30 to 40 years to go up the corporate ladder, if they don't get fired in the meantime, on the way there, to make that kind of money. And if they do make that kind of money, they're probably a lawyer or a doctor, but they can't enjoy the money because they're always at work. And they're driving their Porsche to the parking lot every day, outside their office building. Well, there's people in this business driving around I-10 whenever everybody else is working, and they're enjoying it. And they're driving at night with the neon green lights, which is happening. Chris, one of our top leaders, he's got a brand new CLS Mercedes. He just decked it out with green. He's got black rims. He's got the nice new neon green running lights. Char's putting on his Jaguar, putting on my car just to fit in. And we got a whole bunch of people about to, Lenise and hers. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be driving down the streets of Houston, and everybody's going to say, well, that's like that who would have brought back the Fast and Furious the old days. Except for with all the violence and the danger. Yeah, it's more like making money and having fun, you know, and supporting each other, right? So, I think we can do 1% because Wild Flavors, a $2 billion food company, the biggest flavor making company for drinks in the world. They make Frito-Lay, they make the flavors Frito-Lay, they make Hawaiian Punch, they make, you know, Capri Sun, Sobe, Rockstar, and Monsters flavors. So if they say that we can create the energy drink of the future, which we tasked them to do, and they invested about $3 to $5 million in value, 20 scientists, 30 different revisions, in about a year's time to create the energy drink of the future. And it's the coolest one, and it glows, by the way. And then the ingredient that makes it glow has many, many health benefits. It comes from the bark of a tree and a flower of a tree in the rainforest. And then the black light, you can see that the can glows also, so we're one of the only cans in the world that has ink that's black light responsive. It's really cool. So why would we say that? Because it's a great marketing tool. So you think that the best looking can with the best ingredients in the world can get 1%. I think we can 1% easy. But if we only got half a percent, 0.05, that would be $260 million company, and half of that would be 130.05 million. What's 1% of that? It's $1.3 million a year in income. But if you only got 0.5 and 0.5, what is that? 650? 650K a year. That's still more than lawyers and doctors make, dude. People just don't, some people just don't get it. They don't get it. Go work for someone else. Go finish your college degree that you probably won't get a job with. Go in debt. Or you can come with us and you can actually work and earn your way up to the top. And not have to deal with office politics. Oh, your friends and family, you get promoted. Or I like you better, you get promoted. I don't like you, so I'm going to create politics, right? Tiara? So you got fired from your Fortune 500 company job?
Yep.
Politics?
A bunch of them.
And they teamed up on him and fired him just because they could? We got to create the 21st century way. So basically, if you need people in there, you create a website, you get a website, whoever invited you here, you sign up with them, just like you heard about Facebook, through friends. You sign up, you get your case, you get your website, your reporting tools. People go to your website, they buy the product, they get a case every single month, just like Netflix, or like the Netflix of energy drinks. And the last time I checked, Blockbuster was gone because of what? Netflix. So we're the Netflix of energy drinks. We're the Netflix of 21st century products. Instead of paying marketing firms billions of dollars, like companies do to be on the Super Bowl ads, we pay people instead. We pay you to be the marketers. We pay you to be the distributors. Because the technology has let us be able to do that. The websites, the UPS technology, delivering a package to someone's front door anywhere in this country or around the world. That's incredible. So I'm just like excited the fact that our generation can finally come together and actually do something instead of complaining. All these stupid conspiracy theories putting people in more into fear. They're blaming everybody but themselves for what their own situation is. But this is the land of the free. There's people that would, just do anything to get in this country. And there's people here sitting on the couch eating potato chips. And then watching conspiracy theories and wondering why their life's so messed up. It's not the bank's fault. It's not the richest people in the world's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's our fault as a generation for not stepping the heck up. We have every single tool that we need to. Bank of America is paying every single one of these people checks. We're paying it through Bank of America. Right? Everybody has that opportunity. We have a software that works. We have the best energy drink ever, supported by the $2 billion German food company that makes, they have huge factories here in the US. They have 27 factories around the world. My best friend has an investment company. We're planning on investing millions of dollars, if possible, if we need to make this happen. We've already invested millions of dollars. We have every single thing it needs to get there. We just got to stop messing around and stop feeding into mediocrity. Dylan, I'm proud of you, man. I'm not necessarily proud of you that you dropped out of school. I'm proud of you that you made a decision that it's one way or the other. Because if you're going to go to school and you're going to be a doctor, go do it, because that's an honorable profession, right? Pays well, you help people. We need doctors. We need vets. We need lawyers, right? That's honorable. But make a decision. Are you going to go down and get a degree and get a job and work for someone else, or work for yourself in a firm? That's fine. But if you're going to go out there and you're going to help us change the world by helping millions of young people succeed, then this is the company.